She's a two-time national rowing champion, and she was captain of the University of Washington's rowing team. And then she went on to become one of the most followed local TV hosts in the world. And she won an Emmy for innovation in interactive media and interviewed global leaders and icons from Al Gore to Jennifer Lopez. She also is an entrepreneur. She co-founded a multi-million-dollar tech company, launched a feminine-driven NBA apparel line, and it has become one of the top 1% real estate agents in the US with over 100 million in sales. What I love about her is she is actually the queen of salt. She's co-founded this incredible salt line that says it's just like the most beautiful, it's like sprinkling golden love onto your food whenever you use it, and I just love it so much. So we're gonna just drop into that, and the commitment that she has to having a high vibrational mindset and really like using vibration to create. And I think both of us kind of learned this at a young age, where vibration precedes form. And when you can visualize, and as an athlete, you get to practice this because you can practice winning and then get to that end result. But there's just so much to play with here. I can't wait to jump into this podcast, but also just get to know Jenny more. This is one of the reasons I love having a podcast, is I just get to say, hey, come and talk with me because I love you and I can't wait to learn more about you. Also, Jenny has a blended family with an incredible partner, and she has some codes on relationship that she shared with me. I was like, come onto my podcast and share these. So I just can't wait for all of it. Thank you for being on, Jenny, and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. And Paige, I'm obviously a driven personality from all the accomplishments. Lived many lives. What I'm most proud of, though, is now changing my DNA to more stillness than driven. And something I really want to compliment you on is a lot of people don't get there. It's just such a beautiful feeling where you have nothing in your head and you can actually be so present that you see details of people right in front of you and you're actually super present. I think you're one of the only people that looked at me and said, look at the dots in your eyes. So that's one of my gauges. So I have 6 dots, like freckles in my left eye. I have one in my right. And most people are not present enough. They're always thinking ahead to see someone, truly see them. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to have you in my world. So thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. We both have freckles in our eyes, so I think that's why we're supposed to be friends. Oh, so good. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about Sapphire Salt, because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is you turn the lid, you take the lid off, and it says, I love
Can I
us.
grab one?
Yes, so
Okay.
show us,
Be right back.
show us this salt. But I just call her the queen of salt. And I want to geek out on this concept of salt being kind of having the codes for resonance and raising our vibration. I mean, our blood and our whole body totally depends on salt. And the quality of salt in our body is so key to our health.
This is not meant to be an ad for Sapphire Salt, but they're beautiful.
Advertise away, girl. I'm like,
They are very important. They have a mission. So yeah, this is the soul, and this is what she's talking about, sort of the experience of it. You have the 2 love hearts on the top. It's about coding people at the heart of their home, and the women who gets their hands on this will know what to do with it. It's all about connection. So we grow up with 1 love heart, right? But it's actually 2 love hearts. It's connecting to yourself, it's connecting to your family, it's connecting to the food. And then you create that beautiful third area in the middle, which if you look at is half of the infinity. So it's just, I just love that. So secretly coding people as they use this. And then under the lid, it says, I love us. And that is a beautiful painting I have in our garage. So every time we arrive at the house, I code our family with I love us instead of I love me, I love you. It's us. We're a tribe. We rise together. And so this salt, as you're secretly coating your family, every time they use it, you're dropping them from their head to the heart, which is what I think we're going to talk about, is really being in the vibration of high vibration, which is actually so much stronger than being in your head, and it affects everyone around you. And I'm just a little bit obsessed about it, but yeah. So
I love it so much. And what I'm obsessed with is coding the mind, coding the body, using frequency to literally create the outcomes that we want and the experience that we want. And I love that you're intentional. You're like, I am coding my children. We are repeating it. We are seeing it. We are thinking it. And that is how we create, that we program the mind. And it's also the intentional, like even symbolism is so
yeah,
powerful. The brain works in pictures and stories and symbols, and you're using these in even in the
in a
business
real
that you're
physical.
creating, but in the family
Yeah.
you're creating.
And
It's
there's actually a real science behind it. You're 10-ish% conscious, but 90% subconscious, which means you're constantly tracking things without knowing it. So I can actually really affect you by being and by putting symbols around you, even if I'm not talking to you. So we have so much power with our family, with our friends to help them and help their bodies get into this beautiful stillness speed. And the stillness is all about your nervous system. If you're in fight or flight, so if you're stressed, if you're always thinking ahead, you're not actually as strong in your body because you're like a tree that's closed up, and the branch will be easy to break. But if you're in this beautiful openness, then you actually are stronger. So it's all about helping people have their body stronger. When you're in that mode, you're in alignment, and that's when magic happens. That's when things start coming to you in the world, versus you're in trying to push and drive for goals. So it's all about getting your body into this beautiful state where magic can happen. And then you start to see things just come to you, like this podcast for me.
so what about the structure of salt? Like if we can dive into just
Yeah.
that is so fascinating, and just how I think of myself when I'm depleted of the right salts and the electrolytes and things, my body, it I feel like like
It's,
my leaves are wilting, you know,
yeah.
and that it makes my blood strong, it makes my body strong. But
Mhm.
having the tell us about your
Yeah,
salt and
so
why
I
it's so
grew
great.
up in Adelaide, Australia, which is a coastal town in Australia, and I grew up right by the beach. And were just like medicine women growing up. Like we went to natural things. That's my nonna, my grandma is from Italy, a beautiful northern town. And I'm just realizing now, I think she was a medicine woman because I spent a lot of time with her after school. She was who I was with, and she would feed me garlic if I got sick. She would have honey around. She would have brandy and alcohol. And then she'd have the plants outside that she grew as well. And salt was a big part of growing up. So as an athlete, I would go into the ocean and I would walk. Or if I was hurt or injured, we would go into the ocean and have the salt help you recalibrate. Even putting it on your food or the electrolytes and things that, it can help your body with too. Recently, I've heard, so as I'm being stillness, I start to get access to my guides and voices that I feel like call me to what I'm meant to do in life. And the way the salt was actually birthed is my husband and I did 30 days of stillness. We actually stopped all our projects. And I look at your face, it was terrifying for a person like me to sit with nothing. And that's when the salt was birthed. It came through to us. I do believe there's a field of creation that the world wants, and someone else would have got this if it wasn't me that took this in, and that it's meant to come to the world. This salt is actually Australian ocean sea salt from about 150 miles from, sorry, kilometers from, I have to switch back and forth between Australian and American from where I grew up. It's a beautiful cove that's super peaceful. It's solar harvested, and this salt has an energy around it. I do believe it carries codes. Salt is crystals as well. And then the way you activate the codes, you can use it with honey. Honey is a real activation source to divine as well. So it's more than just a table salt. It helps clear out your body and helps your body hear its natural signals. And our body is designed for the best for us. It knows the weight we should be. It knows what we can be to be optimized. So if you can get as clean as you can in your body, then your body will do the work for you.
Oh, so magical. I was cooking for a group of people on this catamaran, and it was so fun because I brought the salt and I'm telling them all about it. And like one of the guys says, you know what would be better is if you had some like magic salt where you sprinkled it in the food and it just like sprinkled pure magic into the food and pure love. And I was like, yeah,
Got
oh, I
that.
actually did that.
It's so
It was
funny
just
because
so
we're
great.
in like concept building now. So it's friends, family, and it's going well, and then all their friends. So it's rippling out
Oh,
as we
totally.
work out the structure to mass produce it. So we're not really pushing it, but you're like, yeah,
Oh,
everyone.
I'm
You're
sharing
just
it,
like,
girl.
hey,
I'm
soul
like
woman.
this.
It's so
This
fun.
is
Yeah. No, it's really special. And even I have a it's a macabre that it's crystal that has a beautiful sound. I put the salt under it and the salt formed into a love heart. So you know how water has elements, and you can
yeah,
freeze it with different
frequency.
intentions. Yeah, so the salt did that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Um,
I believe it.
and
It's
I mean,
so
just for
cool.
rituals, I pour it in my bath. I put it around the four corners of our property, put it on the doorstep. Some people have put it in their bras to call in to call in a divine man. It's like,
Like whatever, just use it's magic. I love
yeah,
how you also put what psyllium husk something
yeah.
in
So
it.
it has chia seeds, psyllium husk, and flax seeds. And chia, these are all ancient, beautiful plant healing substances. So chia expands 50 times in your stomach, and it's been used by warriors for endurance because it holds the water. And then the psyllium husk actually is clearing you out. So it has a lot of fiber to really clear out your stomach. And then the flax is used for weaving. So it weaves together the food. So you actually feel the food in your stomach. Whereas a lot of seasonings make you want to eat more to help our economy, to help you buy, to help you overeat.
Yeah,
This actually allows your body to feel when it's full and stop eating and allows you sovereignty of your energy system and when to say yes and when to say no. So we're not cutting off the signals that are around us to help power these other areas as well.
that
Oh,
is
I can geek out over salt forever. There's like minerals that you don't want to have in it. So I'm
I
learning
love
a
that
lot.
so much. I didn't even realize it. I was just like, oh, it looks more pink. And so I like it. But I know that when I'm reaching for, I have three different salts, Redmonds and just
Yeah.
regular, and I'll always reach for it. It's just like, oh, this is the one that even my body and just that I just want it,
I
So
love
I think
hearing that.
it's an energetic thing. It's just a health thing. It's so cool. So check it out. How do they even find out about now
Okay.
that this has become, I mean, it's
This
just
is,
where we
oh
go,
my
but
gosh,
where do they
we've
find
got to
it?
get into like important stuff, but it's called Sapphire Salt, which is actually our last name. So our last name is Sapp, S-A-P-P, and we got married in February last year. And as a normal woman, I think, I don't know if other women do this, but I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna add this last name, I need to know the heritage from this. And I thought it was sap, like a tree, which I thought, oh, that's cool, nature. But ChatGPT said, no, it's double P, so it's the sapphire lineage. So Sapphire, which to me, the higher is higher consciousness. So people that see me know I'm Sapphire, but like the normal everyday people just call me Sap. So so it's called Sapphire Soul and it's just sapphiresalt.com. So
My gosh, how
yeah.
beautiful. I'm so glad we dove into this because and it comes back to the very beginning of the introduction of you, which is like this universal oldest truth that took you on this path of amazing success is just that vibration precedes form,
Yeah.
right?
So that's a crazy story. Can I tell a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
tell
Okay.
it.
So I am 6 feet tall and my arms are 4 inches, 12 centimeters longer than my height. So it's
Nice.
supposed to be the same. So I've got
Yeah.
super long arms. And at like 12, 13 in Australia, just being a 6 foot at that age, and coordinated, I was good at every sport I did. And then in 92, 93, they announced we had the 2000 Olympics in Australia. And they created a talent identification program. Australia was like 17 million people, the size of Texas. How are we going to compete and win medals against America, 300 plus million? And so they actually created this program around the German program that was all about identifying athletic bodies and then putting them into the best psychology, best training, best everything, and spitting them out as an athlete. So I went through all these tests. It's called a VO2 max, where they do your lungs, all the height, everything. And they said, you're going to be winning a gold medal at the Olympics in 2000 in rowing. I'm like, freaking rowing? Like, I'm bigger than that boat. I'd never touched a boat in my life. But I went into the program, and within 9 months, I made the junior national team, was traveling to Poland, traveling around the world. And then I made the under 23, and then I made the national team. And so the concept worked, but the training they gave us was all about what you vibrate on the inside is how what's going to come. So we would do float tanks where we had race the Olympic race over and over. And then just a lot of positive reinforcement. We'd do the thing where you hang the coin and you can
Pendulum.
see that what you think the pendulum, yeah, and how it would move in different ways. Like you could actually make it move with your intention and with your thought, and just realizing that there's frequencies and vibrations out there, and um, what you put out can actually create the world around you. So I was highly trained in this, but didn't realize this wasn't normal. I thought everyone's trained in this. Like I just
When you're
thought
a kid, you're just like,
everyone at 13 goes into this program. The interesting thing about the program, it was built off a German program that was for cults, the Hitler program, where you get everyone to follow you. So the idea is you're manifesting, you're doing all of this for a goal. The programs are designed for a goal that's not your soul's goal. So my goal was gold medal in Australia. And then when I went to the University of Washington, it became a similar program. Our goal was to win for the W, so it's to win for a brand. When I left that and went to TV, the goal was ratings and winning for Cairo 7, CBS. My tech company, the goal is for the tech company, right? And so it came to a point about 5, 6 years ago, I was like, wait a sec, I have these skills on winning. What if I won for my soul and what my mission is? And so that's the goal, is to do this for you. What is your soul mission? What were you born to do in this world? Um, and then add these concepts to that. If we can win for medals and ego and the world's gain, can we win for ourselves, our soul, for love, peace, joy? And I really believe we can. And so that's sort of the concept of where this all comes from.
oh my gosh,
What are you
that
doing right now? You're like,
is so incredible. I love it so
let's
much. What an
go.
incredible like the way to start your journey on planet Earth is getting these codes for
Yeah.
knowing how to create first in the energetic realm and in vibration, and then what your journey has been of figuring out how to create for self rather than for the programs that you were put in to create for others, right? And it's
Yeah.
not wrong to win for a team or to
Mhm.
help a company or whatever. What's the difference for you in now creating Sapphire Salt and starting your own companies, that those other companies that you've created, like Tagboard and all those other
Yeah.
ones? But what have you
So
noticed?
I feel like the roadmap was first stillness. So getting into stillness, which is really hard in our busy lives with kids, with all the commitments we have, with work. I mean, you're under pressure to pay bills. And a beautiful soul sister taught me about negative motivation and positive motivation. So if you think of yourself on a train track and you're motivated by, shoot, I have to pay my rent this next month. So you're stepping away and you get things, but you're always stepping away. She told me that I needed to turn around and be motivated by my dreams. And that's when you start really fulfilling. So just realizing, what motivation are you in right now? And then working out, can I pivot to be in this inspired and this positive motivation versus being motivated by the negative cycle, which I would call that the machine, right? You're going to work, you got your bills, everything like that. How do you step out of the machine and step into flow state with yourself? So it's
And
really,
so what would
yeah.
be your advice to people to do that? Like it it for me, it's just stillness, like
It's so
stopping,
stillness and
listening. But
stopping.
what is it for you?
I'm gonna grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, because immediately I was just like, the what is it that all of these people, all of us, what I do so that I'm not there?
Which
It's just
is
meditate, right?
right. So visuals are so important because when you visualize, that's when things start to come into reality for you. So this is the visual for me on how I was going to do that. So this is actually power isn't movement. Power is this. So sitting in this state, getting into stillness, and that's how you create power around you. Um,
I have
so
the exact same one. It's a little smaller, but I
good.
could run and get
Yes.
it. We could
I
like
just
hold it
put
up
it everywhere.
together. But it is. I'm
Yeah,
opening a yoga studio right now, and I'm my mantra is yoga is the answer for everything. It's just like
totally. Yeah.
if you're stressed, do
Mm-hmm.
yoga. If you're not in alignment, do yoga. It's
Yoga.
just
Yeah.
get still, like just slow down,
Right.
yoke your mind to your body, and you can figure it like you did when you developed Sapphire Salt. You guys got still for 30 days.
Right. And the
But so
first thing
much
we
comes from
did was, what is our purpose? What is winning to me every day? So before that, we met through real estate, and then Ryan's been a builder his whole life. And then he taught me the building concept, which, yeah, so we started doing that. But I was waking up every day, being very successful, helping my man on his purpose, but I didn't have purpose. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, we're doing really well. We're spending a lot of time together, but I'm just dying on the inside. So in this stillness, it was really important for both of us to say, what is our passion and purpose? If I could get up every day and create in this, what would it be? And then for us, we it was important to be doing it together. For you, you may be like, okay, I don't have this partner yet, so I'm going to be in this mode to call in someone that sees me in this mode. And so I'm passionate about women entrepreneurs. I'm passionate about mothers and helping them create stillness and get to a good cadence for them. And then Ryan was passionate. He's really passionate about men and all these things, but not those didn't cross over. Then we started talking about what is a common passion. And we're both really passionate about raising the vibration of families because we're a blended family. And we just see how working on ourselves and creating that environment in our house has affected our kids, and then it affects your friends. And we were like, wow, if we could wake up every day educating people on how to raise the vibration in their household, how to do conscious living daily to raise their vibration, frick, I'd be so happy. I'd be jumping out of bed if I could do that. And so then that's when the product came that is actually a tool for us to educate. So this salt that you put on in the heart of your home, it's teaching you if you drop into love as you're cooking, that love is an energy that actually goes to the food, and now you're spreading high vibration to your family, and we can educate people on what that means. What does even the word high vibration mean? So on here I was very careful not to trigger anyone because you want as many people to get it. I had ritual, and one of my friends was like, no, 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 change that to tradition because where I grew up that wasn't right. And so very conscious of the wording that you allow everyone to feel safe because again, they're not going to get these love codes if they're in fight or flight and not safe, and I trigger them. But it does say high vibration table salt, and I did that on purpose because I want people to say, what is high vibration? Because then that's when the education can start. So then after
Ignite
we,
curiosity.
right, so after we worked out our purpose, so you work out your purpose you want to wake up to every day, but without any job or anything there, and then put the structure. So you see how you're putting the energetic structure first,
Yeah.
then you put the structure. So a lot of people put the structure first. I want to work in the sports industry. I want to work in this. Versus they put their purpose and energetic happiness first, and
Yeah.
then they put the structure on top. So
So
that's sort of the formula for how I'm now. That was the winning for myself. And then I add all the elements and the training that I had to do that for myself in this life. So that's the phase I'm in for the first time in my life. I'm going for myself to win. Yay.
yay. I'm so excited to just see what that looks like because you winning is pretty magnificent
Well,
as
and
your
then
theme.
you talked
So
about rising each other as well. Um, that's something that also I didn't realize I was trained in or I had the codes for. But at the University of Washington, we won when I was a junior, we won the national championship. So it's a team of 80 women. So the top two boats travel, they're boats of eight, and then six boats of eight. I don't know if the math's right, but anyway, that's how many women there are. Six boats of eight help you train. So there is, when you win, only the top two boats get a ring, but the other women have helped you train. They're so important to this as well. It's like your whole team.
Yeah.
And so when we won that year, um, we got the ring. And to get a ring and be a national champion, it's like you have to lift a car off someone. Like you have to have that incentive to win. And our team had that because none of us would win. And that's also a lot of ego, right? I'm going to have this national champ. Like you're going for something um, that's physical and it's not for anyone else. I'm going to win so I can tell my friends. It's very individual type of way to
Yeah.
compete. So then my senior year, I was captain and I'm like, how the heck am I going to get us to win back to back? Because the top two boats didn't have that desire. They were going out, they were getting drunk, they were partying. Now we're national champions, we're sort of famous on campus. And I was like, this is not going to go down well. Like Washington's coming to race and we're all just like haven't had any sleep. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make us internally competitive because you have to sort of play off the ego, right? No one wants to lose their spot in the boat. And so I went and started working with the eighth boat and I worked out with them and I helped them get faster and I just spent all my time with them. And then they started beating the seventh boat. And so the seventh boat was like, I don't want to lose my seat. And so they started working out, they started beating the sixth boat. And over a course of a few months, it got so competitive internally that the top girls had to start working out if they wanted to make the boat. And so the way we won that year, it wasn't looking out of the boat. We weren't trying to beat Brown. We weren't trying to beat any other team. We were trying to rise each other to make ourselves better. And so that's the concept of how we all rise together is I want you to be so great because then that brings out the greatness in me versus
Totally.
just being really individual. So it's
Yeah.
a real concept of being competitive in such a collaborative way
Yeah.
where you're just competing with yourself. And I want you to be the freaking best you can be. And I would love you to beat me because then that's going to rise me. It's going to make me better. And we only have one
Totally.
life. So,
I have this athlete on my ski team, and she, at the beginning of the year, was quite not as good as the rest of the team. But I was like, "Yeah, you probably will go on a different team." And she was like, "No, I want to be on this team. I'll work for it. Like I can do the
wow.
moguls, I can ski the races." Like she's just excited about it, and so and she's getting most improved. And I always say, like, if you want to become a better skier, ski with people better than you.
Yeah.
And she did that all season and she's improved more than any of the skiers on our team. So
Yeah.
it's so true. Like a rising tide rises all ship and you're just like such a stand for everyone in your life. And you have such a beautiful mother's heart. I love this so much. I'm so grateful that we could have
Oh
this
my God.
conversation, that the world can hear. I hope so many people can just hear your message and your stories and be inspired by you to be their son, to rise up and just lift the people around them by just being themselves and being all of who they can be,
Well,
and
I
to
want to
have those
thank
boundaries.
you.
Like so much to take from this
I
podcast.
want to
So
thank you
thank
for
you.
seeing me and making me feel safe. I have to admit, I went into hiding after being so successful because rising, you do get a lot of the jealousy and things like that. And I don't need it. I don't want it. And so this is like my first podcast I've done in a long time because I feel safe from you and I feel like I can go back into the world as my true self. Um, and we can all rise together. And if anyone comes attacking, we all got them together.
Yeah, we
So
got you.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you.
Love you so much. Okay, have an amazing day. Thank you for listening and watching, and bye for now.